For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell them mama hungry.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payments, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
What's happening? See, I'm on some real professional type shit today, so we're going to start a little early just so I can prove to y'all. Listen, don't take this personal because I ain't going to do this on a regular basis, but see, we got company, so I'm trying to act right. You know, we're going to see if she can uphold her role. We're going to see if we can get more little help with managing us. So we're going to see if she got white lighter tendencies or not, or more going to corrupt her too. So anyway, today is the 13th of May, 2026. It sound about right? Yeah. So get my little monologue. All right, now, here's some things that's really perturbing me. See, I'm gonna be a Negro for a minute. I'm perturbed. And I'm gonna apologize to Mark and Mo because I was supposed to tag them in something that we had talked about and I hadn't done it. But when I was looking through my little notifications, I see that I've been tagged by people in some BSery. And I'm just thinking, you gotta have big balls to tag me in something when we don't talk. you got to have big balls to just try to make me a part of your conversation when you don't support my show. You ain't been a guest. You don't chime in. You don't say much on my page. But you looking and you see that I have a little interaction, and you just start tagging me on your BS rip. You don't ask me or nothing. And see, normally when I tag people, I've already talked to them because I want some of their audience. You know, I'll tag Lily because she got the men's delegation. I'll tag Bo because he got Health Nation, and I be wanting to mix in addition to what I put in groups when I got questions about something. But I don't just randomly tag people that I don't interact with just on some BS-ing. I think it's real presumptuous for y'all to do that. So, I'm about that life. I don't even get one. I just gonna unfriend you because I just think it's pretty presumptuous that you just tagging me on your stuff. And especially when you in a whole nother state. So your shit ain't even got nothing to do with me. But you tagging me. Or, you'll send me a friend request, and next thing I know, I've been put in 3 groups that ain't got nothing to do with me. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am who I am. Prosecutor versus felon. I am who I am. So don't try to change me. Don't try to do nothing crazy. And quit adding me to these religious groups. Unless it's heathens or us. Listen, do what you do, whatever it is to make you happy, make your life easier. I don't want to be no prayer warrior. I don't want to know no prayer warriors. I don't want to be prayed for. Okay? That's my request. So quit adding me to these Christian groups. Do you, and we to the good. Now, if your group is funny, add me. If your group is controversial, add me. But if it's religious, I don't want them. I don't care. Stop sending me prayers in my inbox. Stop telling me to share. Stop asking me if I believe what I do. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm going to say this again. If you want to make a believer out of me, a true believer, turn this into tequila. If y'all turn this into tequila, I will become a true believer, and I will never, ever say nothing about no religious people again. I need a miracle. So y'all see what color this Gatorade is, right? It's green. One of my favorite colors. It's 601. If it turned green if it turned another color before the end of the show, then I'm gonna convert. Other than that, leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. So we got a pretty good show here. We got me, Fire and Ice. We got Mo, who's supposed to be the conscience of the group, but he been falling down. He been falling down. Mark is gonna be here. Y'all already know Mark ain't shit, so don't expect a whole lot from him. Sherry is she the kind of new girl. She's supposed to help us. Because Sharonda may or may not come, but y'all know Sharonda was damn near as bad as Mark. So we're trying to get some balance to help so that Mo don't have so much hard work to do, because it was hard.
Mark, Rhonda, or Rhonda?
It was hard. And my phone just keep, Siri is just nosy as shit. Mo was having a tough time trying to get with me and Mark. I think we was rubbing off on him. So we're gonna see if Sherry been vaccinated. If she been vaccinated, she may be able to withstand whatever it is me and Mark do. And we're gonna do a GoFundMe for Mark's clock, because we know it ain't working. And he ain't showing his face right now. So I don't know if he got stealing calls or doing some shit we ain't got no business knowing. So with that being said, welcome to the show. Let me introduce the eldest member first. We're gonna do this by age or seniority. Brother, what's cracking with you?
Hey, it's all good. Listen, hey DVP, man, I need to do some homework real quick. You gave me some homework, you gave me an assignment, so I got to do it. I'm gonna do it right out the gate, so neither one of us forget. Hey, if y'all like the show, tell people to like and share the show, and let us get them here so we can be so they can be part of the discussion. Make sure you like and share the show though.
That's right. Hey, and tell a friend, tell a friend, and have your friend tell a friend. Y'all come on in. We gonna have uncomfortable conversation and talk about whatever it is y'all want to talk about. Let's see. I don't see Mark's picture yet. Let me get Sherry to the stage so she can go on and. Oh, she ain't got her halo on yet. What's up, Sherry? And she like to mute herself. Let's see. You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can see her. I can see it from here. She's on mute. There you go. It's coming.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
You hear how soft her voice sound? Say, hey, Sherry.
Hey,
How was your week, Sherry?
my week was great. How was yours?
Hey, I ain't shoot nobody, did nobody shoot me, so it's baby steps. That's how we baby steps.
Okay.
That's your bar, huh?
That's a bar. I don't even ever want to have to say that.
God, dog.
I think what I can say is I ain't had to cuss nobody out.
Nobody?
Nah, I had to have a talk, but I didn't have to cuss nobody out.
Okay. And we know what it mean when black women say they had to have a talk. It wasn't no cussing. It was some implied cussing.
Somebody got tongue lashed.
Yep, at work, sure did.
Somebody,
in a nice way though.
Somebody got made to feel less than human. But hey,
that is not true.
As my mama said, it's better to fuss at somebody else than to fuss at me. So I'm all about that life. I'm all about that life. You know what? I should let y'all hit me on this little spam call, but I'm not because I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave. So this is what we're gonna do. Before we get to the good stuff, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna have a 3 to 5 minute session on this every show until the middle of November. Y'all gotta vote. All this shit that y'all hearing, all these influencers tell y'all about why your vote don't matter, this, and this. At some point, how stupid are you? At some point, you gotta realize that everything they're doing is to take your vote away. The one that you said don't matter. Everything they are doing is to take it away. If it don't matter. See, when I see a little boy walking up and down the street, I don't feel the need to take his dollar because his dollar ain't got nothing to do with me. Everything they do, and I hate to, because I do believe in balance. We do need Republicans and Democrats. There should never be one side who controls everything, because that's why the system is created like it is, so everybody controls a branch. It's a system of checks and balance. And we can keep saying what the Democrats ain't doing, and that's cute. But when you got somebody who ain't doing something for you, which I'm all for, the Democrats ain't did a whole lot for us, but are they deliberately trying to hurt us? And I'm watching people saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna do this because the Democrats don't care nothing about you," and I'm okay with that. Would you rather have a person that don't care about you or the person who's trying to keep you down? Because at some point you gotta compare apples to apples. We were so caught up on what's the thing we want, reparations. And I kept trying to tell you don't get reparations. We need to get the right to vote, not an act that's got to be voted on every 10, 15, 20, whatever years it is. If we don't have the right to vote, that means that we're less than human, right? Because every human has a right to vote, except for. But we sitting there fighting for something else, talking about we not gonna vote for this person unless they talk about getting reparations. Well, shit, in a minute you don't have the right to vote for nobody no way, because we keep misplacing our priorities into personal shit. You get a job, get a fucking job. How about that? Let's start there. Because you started waiting on the check that you ain't gonna never get. In the meanwhile, you letting people beat the shit out of you because, all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. Oh, this. Oh, they gonna pick who they want to. So then why even exist? Why even exist? Why even make a choice about anything? Why pick a girlfriend? Why pick a boyfriend? Why do anything? Because somebody gonna come and impose their will on you, and you okay with that because you a buster. But if I'm then, and Mo correct me, but ain't they the same colors that go around hollering their kings and queens and from royalty and shit? But when it's time to step up, all y'all do is step back and become victims. So I'm trying to figure out, king and queen victim, what the F is you talking about? If you don't, you mean more harm to me than the fucking Klan does. At least I know what the Klan want. But y'all come in and sit down and talk, and then all you do is disparage everything because you don't want to have to act. Because it's easy to sit back and say, well, it's me. When somebody is called to do something, man, I ain't got time for this. But y'all will get together and have watch parties. Y'all get together and stand in line for some damn shoes, a video game. Y'all will spend money on crazy ass concerts and all kind of other shit. But when it come time to vote or talk about voting, then don't nobody know shit. All of a sudden, don't nobody smartphone work. Don't nobody know nothing. You just want to go back to being dumb and stupid and watching TV. So let your conscience be your guide. but you keep falling down the street. Don't complain when you ain't got nothing, because that's what we doing. Killer Mike set y'all up, and I told y'all before, Killer Mike ain't shit. Look at who is degrading us and why. Look who they put out in front of us, and look at what they get paid to talk bad about us, and we keep promoting them. I stopped watching First Take just because of Stephen A. Smith, all the shit he talk about black women. You know what? I can watch the Cowboy Show. I ain't a Killer Mike fan. I ain't a Kendrick Lamar fan. You ain't got to do what I do, but if you're going to support somebody, don't sit back and support the wrong people and then quote their ignorance. Oh, well, he said don't do this. Why did he say it? I don't know. He said, so I'm going to do it anyway. But anyway, that's my rant on that. And I got one question for the group. Mark, where you at? You need to show your face. Then I'm gonna sit back because I'm tired. But I got a quick question. I found a question. All right, listen, y'all with me? Oh, there you go. Hold on. Let me let him say hello first, because he's here now. What's going on? Oh, damn, he's still in calls here. He don't blank this picture. We know what that means. We can't see him.
Yeah, man, I'm out in the street. What's going on, man? How everybody doing?
That man, we chilling. We just want to make sure you're there. So we might have to mute you because we're gonna hear your car background sound. So you just
don't worry about it. I'm pulling Bluetooth, man. You good?
All right, yeah. So when you get ready to talk, you just cut yours on. What's up, Ronald White Jr.? All right. So here's the question for y'all. You at someone's house. You staying at somebody's house, okay? You're staying at somebody's house, and you're hungry. So you order you some Uber Eats or DoorDash. These are your 5 choices. Do you ask them if they want something to eat and pay for it? Or do you ask them if they want something and you split the cost? Or do you not ask at all? You just order your food to eat in front of them? Or do you order enough to share? Or do you wait until you get ready to go somewhere else and order? You wait till they leave and order food. What's up, Roy? Did y'all get those 5 options? You ask them if they want something, and you pay for that too. Or you ask them and you split the cost. Or you don't ask at all. You just get your food and don't worry about them. Or you order a shareable. Or you just wait till you go back to your room. You sleep back in your room and eat without them knowing. What do you do when you stand at somebody else's house?
Are you staying for free?
Are you staying at the house? Yeah. You know, you in town or whatever. They say, hey, you ain't got to stay in a hotel. You can come stay with us for the night.
Oh, well, for me, I would ask them what they wanted and pay for it. That's just me. I can't even come in somebody's house with food just for myself. Even if I said I was gonna stop by your house, I'll still call and be like, hey, I'm on my way that way. You want something? I'm getting some XYZ. I just think that's rude when you do that. But that's just me. That's my 2 cents.
Mo?
So if I'm staying with them and I'm in good standing, I'm paying for it. I don't think there's other options as far as I'm concerned. But if I'm staying there because I'm down and out, I'm going to offer everything I have and say, put this in the tally and we're trying to get it.
You say the last part?
If I'm staying because I'm down and out, I'm staying with them. You say I think you said
no. You stay because they okay. Like you come to Atlanta, and I'm like, yo, Mo, you can stay here.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm paying.
What about you? What about you, Mark?
Depends on how many people in the house. I would order and pay, but if it's a whole family, then do y'all want something? Maybe you can pay for the family part. But 1, 2 people, yeah, I pay for it. But if it's a family, then now we gonna split that one.
Hey, man, a hotel costs. You know how much a hotel costs, man? Jesus,
right?
Man. God, dog, Marcus funny.
Should I rather stay in a hotel to see some of these families? You know how much it is to eat out?
Let's see. Ron said the choices all suck. I don't see why they suck, Ron. I mean, I'm thinking easily A is the easiest choice. If you strap for money, if you strap for money, I don't know what to tell you. And Roy said he greedy, so he asked him before and he treated. I mean, to me, if you stand in somebody's house, that's the least you could do. Is either order something, or like say, like what Mo said, because of what hotels cost. If nothing else, I'm gonna, take them all out to dinner. Cause now, Mark, you get to pick where y'all going out to dinner. You don't say we're going to Ruth Chris. Be like, hey, let's go to Olive Garden. On me, because Olive Garden ain't got no a certain amount. So if all 5 people want something, we still talking $150, which is it's the cost of a room or two.
Same price on place for a hotel.
So what?
The same price for a hotel.
Right. So if you're gonna be
that's
there
the
for a
same
night
price
or two,
for a hotel.
Right. But if you're gonna be there for two nights, 3 nights, then you still gonna save some money. You ain't got to do this, because Anyway, what we supposed to be talking about? What my thing? Let me look at my chat, because y'all not what y'all not finna do is get me in trouble today. So
that's you gonna get in trouble.
No sir. Let's see. We're gonna save shares for last, because Sherry talking about sex. We're gonna work our way up to sex. We're gonna act like we're good people today. So, Mark, let's talk about the prom.
What up?
Give us the prom intro.
Hey, the prom. Why do our people go all out for the prom like it's the last time they're gonna get dressed up in life? And damn near go broke trying to make these little kids have a memorable prom. Why? Is it that serious? Is that important to go out spending thousands for a high school prom?
My
And had these
question
little
is,
girls
can they
dressing like
afford it?
whores?
Can they afford it?
We don't. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you can afford that, like you're not tripping about your mortgage, you're not tripping about your car note, this, that, and if you can afford it, okay, cool. You want to make it memorable for your child. I get that, but and you gotta remember too, like for the child, that's like the prom is a big thing. Like when you're in high school, I mean, I went to 5 of them, but I do what I can. But my point is that if you can afford it, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But if you can't, that's when I see a problem, because if you living check to check and you trying to show off for people, because I think we as a Black culture sometimes we try to get big stuff and show off for other people versus doing what in our limitations and our budget.
I can understand that. I can't agree with that.
What you think, Mo?
All right, we got to break this down, man, because part of this here is, in my opinion, is we setting the tone for American standards, right? By trying to go to this prom and it's all expensive. We got to pay all this damn money. Guess what's coming next? Marriage, right? Once again, you got to spend all this money, right? Setting a tone. We getting, that's prep school for setting a tone for the American standards. And then we got to pay for this damn ring that they stole from Africa. How much that gonna cost? A whole bunch of damn money. So, I'm old now, so I this is how I think. When I was younger, I probably think differently. But to me, it's all a setup, and they already getting you. They're training you to embrace the American way and keep your ass broke. I'm done.
And for me, it's not even about the money. It's about how we're spending money. Because don't get it twisted. If you got money, you can splurge on some things. But the things that we're splurging on, what's the overall benefit? Somebody had made a post that a lot of these things at prom time are being pushed by mothers who didn't have a wedding. And this is their wedding event for them. And I was like, looking, I was like, well, damn, you know, if I'm looking at it, this might have a little validity to it. But the bigger issue I see is, look at the generation we're talking about. These kids are being raised by kids. They're friends. I mean, remember now, when most of us went to the prom, the biggest thing was having a nice car to go in, whether it was a limo or we had a friend who had a nice car. A nice car was a big event. And we just got, the fellas got basic tuxes. The girls got they got nice dresses. You know, we had the corsage. But I'm looking at some of the things, and I start paying attention when Marquette said something to me about it. Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all remember when y'all went to the prom? Did your parents say anything to you about getting a hotel room and staying out all night or overnight?
No, mine didn't.
I remember when my daughter went to the prom about, I don't know, I guess it was about 4 or 5 years ago, and one of the parents called and said, hey, well, we're going to stay in a hotel overnight. I'm going to be a chaperone, and we got 2 rooms, and your daughter's, the boy's going to have a room and the girl's going to have a room. And I'm like, you out your rabbit ass mind. I ain't no way in the hell. Listen, I've been to the prom. I know what the prom means.
Yeah.
I ain't expecting my kids to be virgins, but what I'm not going to do is promote them losing their virginity. I'm not going to promote them having sex. If they do it, they're going to do it like we did it. They're going to sneak and do it, and I'm going to find out about it 5, 10, 15 years later. But I'm not going to pay for none of this. I'm not going to promote none of this crazy-ass behavior. And it's like I'm going to be there later. You can only watch 2 kids. If you get 5 or 6 groups of kids, some of them going to sneak off. Some of them will go to a different room. You can only be one place at a time. And you're going to go to sleep, or you're going to smoke some weed and go off do your own thing. You're not going to, ain't nobody. Listen, I was a cop. Last thing I want to do is watch a bunch of teenagers. It costs me, we charge you way more to watch teenagers because it's hard work, because they know all the little hideout spots. So ain't no one adult finna watch no 5, 6 sets of kids, lady. And you think because you there they ain't gonna have sex? They gonna outlast you. They going to sleep. You gonna probably have some liquor. They gonna probably have some weed or something. You gotta be shitting me. But then I look at her, and she in her late 30s, which means she's a child having children. And I look at it because when Marquette says something like, is it that they are spending money they ain't got? Because you can tell by where they live, they ain't got this kind of money, but they done saved up for it. And they overemphasize this big ass event. And what's so special about a prom? Anybody?
Hey, DVP, I'm gonna have to.
What it was.
Hold on, Mark. Let me throw this in there. Let me throw this in there. So I wanted to say this. I grew up dirt poor, and I just want to say this because this is gonna be significant to this conversation. And that was the best suit I ever wore and the best car I ever drove was on prom night. That's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, so that lets you know how influential that night is. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. Because I'm like, I had this fly suit. I'm like, where did this come from? And how I get this car? But somehow it happened on that night. So that just lets you know. I think it's all a scam, but whatever.
But I mean, what's the significance of the prom? Because in theory, you get 2 of them. You get a junior prom, you get a senior prom. So what's the significance? It ain't a once in a lifetime event. And hell, and we know some of our classmates, they got to go to 3 or 4 proms because they never graduated when they were supposed to. So they went to 2 or 3 senior junior prom.
Or 5.
I'm just saying, it ain't a once in a lifetime event. I mean,
don't make marks.
Marriage is supposed to be a once in a lifetime event, but we know how that shit works. But the prom is not a once in a lifetime event. What you got to say, Mark?
I think there's a little validity to that. What you said about it being unmarried women, because I do believe the mothers are the ones going all the way out, making it a big extravaganza when it's just the prom. It's gonna be plenty of other things in life that they can go all out for. And it's all for show, all for other people to see. I never into recent years these prom send-offs and shit like that. When I went to the prom, I told my mama about it, and I went and got in the car in her car and left. It wasn't the whole family over here to see me, you know what I mean, to see me go. And even when I picked up my date, it wasn't a big hoopla about, oh, she going to the prom. Like, this the last accomplishment of her life. And that's what they make it seem like. There's just a big show for everybody to see, especially on social media, because now we got to put everything on social media.
Right. And whether it's it's the biggest accomplishment. It's like really the prom. Because I remember, you remember Riding the Scales. Riding the Scales ran a limo service. I drove limos for him during prom season. And even with some of us, it would be like 4, 5, 6 of us to get together and get a limo just so but it wasn't no one person had a limo. When we got limos, it was quite a few people in them limos. Them limos was never just pulling up with 2 people in them. And it's like, I'm looking at how we flex with money, but then on the, and I look at your post, not you guys in particular, but everybody complaining about money. Gas going up, everything going up. So where y'all get the money to waste? And I'm gonna call it with it. You wasting this money on the prom because you can get a simple tuxedo. You can get, it ain't like when we grow, we can get tuxedos for $100. You can get a simple tuxedo for $150. But y'all ain't even getting simple tuxedos. Y'all getting these. They got to be designer. And y'all, man, I'm confused on some of these outfits we wearing. Because it looked like y'all a cross between the players' ball with a bunch of pimps and hoes and prostitution. Because I'm looking at some of these dresses, and I try not to say nothing because I'm looking at some of these girls and they wearing fuck me dresses. And it's like, ain't no way in hell. Because that's what the dress says. And we talking about teenagers. It's a fuck me dress for a grown ass woman. Unless you're doing some red carpet shit where you getting paid to wear these dresses by these designers, which none of them are. They spending a shitload of money getting dresses made for a one-time event. Because where else they gonna wear this dress? And
yeah,
as Mark said, they making a production out of this. I mean, can between the 4 of us and Ron them, we might have some prom pictures that got taken at the prom. Wasn't nobody taking pictures with them Polaroids that we still got at the house. It wasn't a big event where you got half the neighborhood over there watching it. I mean, it's almost like they getting married. They got these cars with the writing on them, and and I hate this. I hate to put it in this context, but it's like, do we really believe our kids are so stupid and so slow that we're elated that they graduated, that we got to make such a big deal out of all this? Oh, she finally made it to the prom. I mean, was that a life goal? Man, I hope my daughter make it to the prom. Man, I hope my son make it to the prom. Because once they make it to the prom, they headed for the big time. I mean, when did that become a fucking life goal?
Y'all, look, that's when I went to the prom in the 10th grade.
Oh, so she got to go to 3.
I went to 5.
She went to 5.
Oh, shit.
5. 10th ain't easy.
I went to North Side. I went to Norcross. I went to Murphy. And I went to Washington. I went to Washington Day School and Washington Night School.
See, she flexing. All of us went to 1, maybe 2. She went to 7, 8, 9.
But that's because guys was asking me.
Yes,
the picture that I just showed you, that guy, I met him on the bus. And he was like, "You go to the prom?" I was like, "Yeah." I was in 10th grade. He was in 11th. So, and we went same school. So I was like, "Okay." But it was a. I don't think we didn't talk after that. I can tell you that.
Hey, on top of this, prom stuff, the thing that people don't really think about is, because this happened to me. This was me. I went to the prom, man. I had all C minuses. You won't have to have no particular grades to go to the prom.
No, you don't.
So it ain't based on your grades.
Nope, it's based on you paying your student dues.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like you said, DVP, the dresses that these girls are wearing is way out of hand. And I seen quite a few posts where they said that principals wouldn't allow them to come. And that parents are in an uproar.
Because of what I mean, like I said, it looked like a player's ball. It looked like the same shit they wearing when they go to the these pimp balls in Vegas.
Yeah. Standing style, thigh high splits. It's crazy.
Cleavage down to their navel. And I'm like, damn, what's really going on? And the mamas and boyfriends and baby dads, everybody's so happy. Y'all see the one where the kids got the guns, and I seen one. Why would you give somebody $5,000 to go to the prom? I'm thinking at the prom, all you pay for, what do you pay for at the prom? You pay for the pictures later. You don't pay for the prom to go there. There's nothing that you pay for at the door. There is no cash bar because everybody's underage. So what does he need $5,000 for? Who he flexing?
Oh no.
And it's like, man, I'm looking at how we do stuff, and somebody like, we always down in blacks when they trying to impress, yada yada yada. White people do it, this and this. Listen, they may, but right now we ain't talking about them. We talking about us. We talking about us, what we do, and then why we ain't never got nothing, because we'll spend all this money on the prom, and then next month we having a GoFundMe for a rent party. Or we crying about groceries because we ain't got no money for this and none, because you spend all that money.
Or we got to GoFundMe for a child's funeral or somebody's funeral.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. And like I say, I'm all for, like I said, most of us went to the prom. Like I say, most of the guys had a basic tuxedo. We may have got different colors or something, but it was a basic tuxedo. I'm trying to think. Mark, well, we went to school there because Mark, me and you went. Oh hell, Sarah went to Washington High. But outside of some different colors, what was so special about a dude's tuxedo? It pretty much was all the same. It was just a color scheme,
Everybody went to Gagos at Greenbrier Mall and got it.
Pretty much, that's what we did. It was 2 stores you could get tuxedos from with us. Now, like I say, and the girls. Most of them, I want to say most of them probably got real dressed. I don't know, but we didn't want nobody spending $500 on no prom. I mean, hell, we already didn't want to pay them student dues.
My dresses were hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing hand-me-down now. And I'm like, what y'all do with these dresses? What do y'all do with these dresses?
I just seen somebody had some on sale. Trying to sell them on Facebook. Well, I got these prom dresses and they for sale, so now they're trying to resell them.
Yeah, because they need to recoup that money. And ain't nobody buying them because everybody wants something new. There was a time that Sherry got the dress from her mama or aunties, and it just kept getting passed down like that. But now everybody wants something new and different.
It wasn't my mama now, and my aunties. It wasn't them.
Well, I'm just saying, that's how things got passed down. We didn't just keep getting new shit. We just get somebody to restitch it, take it up, let it out, whatever it was. But it's like, man, and I'm looking at the cars they renting, and you paying an arm and a leg for some of these cars. And I've seen a couple of car shows. I'm gonna rent the car for my son. Clearly, my son can't drive the car because when I'm renting it says it's got to be driven by somebody over 25. But I'm gonna let my son drive it anyway. He gonna mess it up, and then I'm gonna be mad about that. But the thing is, what's so special that we put so much emphasis on proms?
I don't think it's proms. I just think it's just for show. It's just like a lot of times women, mostly, not always men, but mostly women, they want the wedding. They don't care nothing about the marriage. They want the wedding. You get what I'm saying? Men typically don't care, but the wedding is you just showing off. That's all you're really doing is showing everybody, hey, I got this. Oh, she had real people flying, with angel wings up top. All they had a glass. they had a ice sculpture, and just
that's what it is.
About it, you know what I mean? Or to say that it was fucked up. Oh, that wedding was fucked up. All that money they spent, it looked like shit. You know what I mean?
And we all hating.
Yep. So.
Yeah. It's just out of hand. And each year it gets worse and worse.
And like I
Because they see what happened this year, and next year they got to top all this bullshit they saw this year, so they got to go even further for next year.
And that's just like, and this is kind of off topic, but on topic. Just like I mean, I love Chris Brown, I love Usher, I love both of their music, I love it. But they tickets, first of all, too many people. If they was in in like the amphitheater or something, maybe I'd go see it. But those tickets, when I looked at them, the cheapest ticket I saw was $382, and it was way in the back. You might as well have been in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm old, so if I'm going, I'm close enough where I can see you. You know what I mean? And you don't look like no ant. But and mind you, I can afford the ticket. The ticket that I was looking at, that mug was like $700-800. But I refuse to spend my money on that. That's just, I got it, but I just can't. My mind cannot wrap around going to get some. All I'm gonna go back with is memories. That's it. I can't do it.
And I'm pulling up some prices to see what it's going for now, because we talk.
Well, it don't matter because I'm going. So let me go ahead and pay for my memories.
You going, Mark?
What we pay for memories.
Damn right. I'm gonna go catch them in another state though. I'm going.
My daughter going too. She going in Dallas. She bought her.
So the cheapest ticket I see. The cheapest ticket I see is $247.
Oh, it done went down a little bit. Where to see that though?
That's partially obstructive view. That's behind the damn speaker a little bit.
No, that shit in the parking lot. I'm telling you.
Listen, I'm gonna need for y'all to stop hating. But
I saw Chris Brown here last year, and
shit, the most expensive ticket is $2,600.
Oh my goodness, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, they went down because when I first went on there, like when they first started selling tickets, the most expensive ticket I saw was $6,500.
Well,
you were on the floor.
I'm looking at the show for November the 7th now. November the 7th.
But then you gotta be mindful of where you're looking at for the tickets too, Sherry.
I'm looking at besides,
yeah, you got it. Ain't at the dance, is it? No,
November the 7th. Yes, I'm looking at it. I'm looking November the 7th. November the 7th, Saturday at 7:00. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, you say the dance.
Lynn said there's a method to the madness. I would love to know what that is.
What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Well, yeah, I saw Chris Brown last year, and fucking show better than the Michael Jackson show I went and saw. I don't care who got anything else to say about that.
Oh wow! I mean, I heard he does a great show, him and Usher, but that's just something I choose not to spend my money on.
But see, that's the thing though. There are people who can afford to do this and ain't gonna miss a meal. But when you missing meals and you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, that's an extreme, and I get you only live once. But damn, is this what you want to do? I mean, because them tickets for Beyonce, oh my goodness. And then you got to get new outfits, you got to get this, you got to get that. We talking, it's insanity. But we won't buy kids lunches. We won't buy our kids, clothes. We sitting around and doing all this other stuff. Because I ain't knocking the ones who go. Because, hey, it is what it is. It's entertainment. Statistics show people will pay out the ass to be entertained. Because it takes them, for lack of a better comparison, it's grown people's cocaine. They get to live somewhere else. They get to live out their world somewhere else, and they get to be free for a little while.
Brooklyn says she paid $300 or less for her tickets. My question: where were you sitting, Brooke?
My goodness, she got the hookup, boy.
She was in the parking lot.
Say that again.
For $300. She way in the back.
Well, she said she got hers on pre-sale though. So if you know what you're doing, because like when I went to see Maxwell, we had really good seats. And I didn't pay a whole lot.
Oh, she had floor seats. She said she had floor
Well, when
seats.
I saw Chris Brown last year, I was in a suite and I paid 160 for my ticket.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it is
So
leaning to the
you
madness.
get lucky every now and then.
but like I say, it should be for people who can afford it, and not people who are struggling to get by and make ends meet. Because like I said, I seen what some of these people was talking about. They was paying when you had to have this Citibank card to just be put in this waiting line. Like I say, and the show I'm looking at now is November. It's November we talking about. I'm sure if I looked up one more recently, closer to it's more expensive to go to the ones that's right now. Because November's it's May, y'all. It's May. It's May. And they almost sold out for November. But hey, it is what it is. So as we venture on to the next one, we're gonna venture on to the prom to the real event. What's that? What etiquette are we using for graduations? Because to me, graduation should be a once in a lifetime event, And I still don't understand it. I know parents are proud because my mama, oh my God, when it was time for me to graduate, I didn't like my classmates, so I went to work. My mama came and got me off my job. She told my boss that I had to go to graduation. I'm like, Mama, I don't even like them people. I ain't been in no rehearsal. I ain't been to nothing. And she was like, oh, you going? She said, I done paid my dues. I done put up with everything. I'm going to see you graduate. And I'm like, Mama, they don't give you a certificate. They give you a little sheet of paper. You stand up, you sit down, you stand up, you sit down. Somebody make a speech about something. I don't know what they talking about. It ain't somebody I like. But, and I get that, for some people, it's a big deal, especially if ain't nobody never graduated. Or in my case, I was on the son. But what is the etiquette? Because we know they tell you this, they tell you not to do nothing until everybody go by. Because boy, when some of them names called, some of the people got a whole fan section and they shut the whole thing down. You can't even hear nobody else's name being called. Because them 7 people, they showing out. They showing out. Yeah. So what's the etiquette? What etiquette are we using for graduation, y'all? When are we gonna learn to behave?
I ain't gonna lie, it aggravates me that when they say hold your applause till everybody goes through. I think that's what we should do. You know what I mean? And we don't. People don't. I do, but people don't. And I get that they're excited for their child. But if that's a request, because I'm more of a rule follower. So if it's a request and it's something I can do, then I'll do it. But at the same time,
let me stop you. Ain't no such thing as somebody from Washington High being a rule follower. Just
I
some real shit.
I am.
Just on some real shit. You from Washington
High. On the east side. I lived on the east side. I didn't live on the west side.
It don't matter where you live. You was a bulldog. Ain't no bulldog. Never follow no rule. Never,
I did.
Ever.
True.
I did.
True story. But the thing is, they want you to hold your applause because when you're cheering, people miss their kid's name.
Right.
Because you cheer, and that the next kid name get called, and you still acting the fool and the next kid name. So I get it. It's okay to give a small little clap, but these jokers want to go overboard with it.
Mm-hmm.
The screaming and yelling and the stomping, all that makes it bad for the next person. So now the next family don't even hear their child name. We got to do better.
I was at one. I was at one recently, and the dude, somebody in there, man, somebody had a bullhorn. So when they called his name, man, they start yelling in the bullhorn, man. You couldn't hear nothing.
And some of them, they start before their kid's name get called. Like I said, some of these fans, it's almost like, hey, you can have 6 tickets, but we're not gonna let y'all sit together so we can separate y'all voices. Because when y'all get together, y'all sound like 100 people. But if we can put y'all in 6 different places, because as Mark said, some of it is disrespectful. And what we don't realize is everybody don't have a fan club. And it's like you kind of shitting on their parade because they don't even get the satisfaction of even hearing their own name called because somebody's so loud for the other family. And it's like, at some point we gotta be if we're gonna worry about our fellow man, we gotta be conscious of other people. You know, I'm happy my kids graduate, but the girl behind her, you know, her mom and dad died. She ain't got nobody there, so ain't nobody clapping for her. Because if we gonna clap, we should clap for everybody. And I'm okay with the clapping. Yeah. It's the yelling that I think is the big issue. I think we should be clapping. I mean, hell, hey, what's up, Sam? I think, me personally, as parents, when they start doing it, hey, let's just go on and have this 6-minute stand ovation. Let's clap for every child they come across. Every child they come across. Because they've all done something. Some of them, it was a miraculous. Some it's a special day because they're only going to graduate from high school one time. So let's be cognizant and just clap for everybody. And then we can do our own little things in the driveway, out in the parking lot after the graduation is over.
That is true. That's true. Now, one thing you did say, DVP, that I think etiquette should be on these schools is paying for a facility big enough so a family can get more than 6 tickets. I think that is awful that the family can't see these kids graduate, and you got to pick and choose who you gonna allow to come.
Well, but part of it is what we're talking about. Because if they let too many people come, they know they're gonna take over. Because if you let them do, man, one of the worst things they ever did was start having them at football fields and not counting for people. Because then Shaniqua them gonna bring 20, 30 people. Whereas as Ray them only gonna bring 2 or 3. So if you get them a space too big, it's hard to limit them. And people don't they bring it everybody. There is no after party. And it's like, how do we regulate that? Like I say, because you still got people who ain't bringing nobody, or maybe one person. I mean, we got the kid who their parents still, you know, paying for this graduation, paying for the cap and gown. I mean, they got to go to work. They're not going to come to this graduation because they had to pay for that cap and gown because they want their child to graduate. Nobody's there for them. Whereas, you know, Mark, you got 26 people. And when you go by, but then when Mo come by, it's like Mo triplet, and there's nothing. So you know, like Brooke said, I think 3 is a good amount. I mean, because a graduation ain't meant for you, everybody in the family. It's meant for the immediate family. Mama, daddy, and somebody else.
What if I got 6 kids?
What if?
I think it is a family affair. I disagree with you.
Immediate family. Because you at some point you got to start regulating stuff. If everybody got 6 and you got 200 kids graduating, so now you got to have a space of 1,200 people. When the space that y'all can afford will only hold 900. So who do you start telling they got to cut off? So at some point you can't keep letting people bring the max amount. You got to have a set number and just let that be that.
I mean, I agree. I see your point, but I still feel like graduation is a family event. But like you said, depending on the venue, like you said, the venue only hold 900, then you have to limit the number of people you invite. And then especially if you have a class like my class, like Washington always had big classes graduating. Like
Washington had number 75 students to graduate.
Nah, see, we had $250. I mean, 250 people. Yeah, stuff like that.
No, y'all had 250 repeaters. Because some of y'all 12th graders, they was constant 12th graders, but that's a whole nother subject.
So they were career students.
I ain't gonna pick at you about that. I would say this. When I was at Doug, their class was 400 and better graduating. It was held at the graduation was at the enough spaces for people to invite their family. So you ain't picking but choosing between the kids and the grandparents. Aunts and uncles, that's part of the family. They should be there too.
Why?
They all had a part in rearing these kids and getting them to the way they at. So they all should be invited. So if one family brings 30 people, they all should be able to get in.
So did the police, but they not coming either. They not coming.
Hey, man, I just hearing that philosophy. I know Mark's philosophy on the buffet, man. Don't go to no buffets, man. If you got that philosophy, bro. God,
no, because I say this. My son graduated high school. His graduation was at the Dome. Great. Everybody that needed to come, wanted to come, could come. Because now, you got to think about it. He got 2 parents. His 2 parents got family, and everybody that wanted to come were able to come. Then, my daughter graduated during COVID. So all they had was a damn graduation parade that went around the school building. So I get it, but I want to be at a place where the family ain't got to split tickets and cause friction in the family because you don't know who to get the tickets to.
Well, what do you think about people paying for tickets if they want to come? Like, let's say
Definitely should be paying. That's why I say that the school district should get a place large enough to hold everybody.
But I'm talking
Stop
about
cutting them corners.
but let's just say, okay, we're gonna give them 4 free tickets, but any additional people they want to come gotta pay for the ticket, even though it's in a big old place, but other people gotta pay for additional tickets. Would you be willing to do that?
I would. I say I would.
And let me tell you why that won't work from the insider perspective. See, some people had theirs at the Civic Center. Some people have theirs at the Dome now. But what happens is the more people you have, it has a delay on the second graduation, then the third graduation, because now you got to get all these people out, and some people ain't moving. So the more people you have, the harder it is to clear for the next one. Because in theory, every graduation has 2.5 hours. That means they got to clear it out for the next group to get in. This shit got to run like clockwork because wherever you have your graduation at, they have a curfew. They have to be done by a certain time. Don't nobody care about that when y'all out there doing y'all thing. And when the graduation, the first graduation finished, you know what they ain't doing? Ain't nobody going to their cars and moving their cars. So the people for the next one, they got to keep riding around. So now the graduating class is ready because the graduate's out, but can't nobody get in. So when the graduating class sit down, you still got people from the last graduation there. You still got people who can't park yet because we got too many people there. And that's something that most people don't think about. But see, I've been a cop, and you got to rush all these people out. You got to try to remember who is who because I'm gonna pick on Sherry. Washington High is first. So Sherry going to see Washington High graduate because I'm just gonna give you a kid, Sherry. That's where your kids go to school at. Doug is next. Well, Sherry needs to go to Doug, so Sherry want to stay, and then Sherry Crew gonna want to stay. See, so now them people that wasn't even accounted for the first time, so you got all these laggards because you know how APS is, everybody knows somebody. Now you got people fighting because they can't get in. Y'all don't realize it, like I say, because I see how it works. There's a lot of drama with that. That's why a lot of schools just went back to having it at their school, which don't work for us because now Sherry got to go from Washington to Doug to Mays, because now she got to keep bouncing from school to school where she want them to have it at the Dome where everybody can be. But logistically, it don't work. It does not work for the schools because they're going to incur fees because we stand late. The congressmen are going to charge them because they won't move. This is all money that people on the outside don't think nothing about. But you got to keep this thing moving because ain't none of these big venues just having one graduation. They having multiple, which means everybody got to keep moving. You gotta sweep the area, get everybody out. And everybody want to sit there and take pictures. Some people want to go on the stage and take pictures. It's a lot of extra stuff that go on when you start having too many people who, this my time. Now, so it's gonna be your time to go to jail if y'all don't get up out of here. So it's a lot more to it than what. Yes, sir.
If they got the facility large enough, the people ain't got to move. When they had it at the Dome, it's plenty parking at the Dome. It's way more parking than it's gonna be people inside of there for a graduation. So the parking is not an issue. And when you say meet the kids in the parking lot or let them exit out the building, man, the parents and the family taking off to go see their kids. So they ain't waiting around in there. Unless it's a graduation right after them that they want to be there at. No, they emptying out that building to go be with them kids. They ain't waiting around.
Since Cinnamon said if they charge, they can afford the larger venue.
Mark, Mo, Sherry, do y'all remember y'all graduation?
Yes.
After that graduation, what was y'all trying to do?
Getting the hell out.
Find our family members.
And do what?
Take pictures with our friends that we leaving.
And once you leave, where you going?
Oh, we're going to eat somewhere.
Oh, you want to get with the rest of your friends so y'all go, but y'all don't give a shit. It's like Christmas. You only care about your parents and family for the first 20 minutes. After that, all the graduates want to get together and go do some shit because now they feel like they're adults. They ain't trying to hang out with their family no more. What's up, Lavelle? They ain't trying to hang out with their family. Y'all need to start acting. Ain't nobody going home with their family. Everybody want to be an adult. Everybody want to go. Everybody want to do some grown folk shit now because they got their little sheet of paper, some fake diploma. They not doing this. We acting like this. What they doing? Oh yeah, well I'll meet y'all. That's why. Because if that was the case, there would be no need to meet in the parking lot. They could all go to wherever they're going next. But they meet in the parking lot because they know they're not gonna see that graduate for 2-3 days. Cause you feel like you grown now. You ain't got no curfew no more for some unknown reason. And that's why the parking lot stay crowded. That's why can't nobody get through.
And some of the kids do end up having graduation parties afterwards. So everybody already know where the party gonna be. So they head that way. You right about that.
But you talking about, like she said, to take the pictures. You coming out to take the pictures with the family and probably dinner. Because usually gonna be dinner afterwards. But if not, you take them pictures and everybody go on about their business. And let the graduates go do what they want to do, but they gonna rush out that building and go be around them kids.
Ooh, Pullen said that his son graduated in high school in Texas, and they had over 900 students. Golly,
everything big in Texas.
But hell, some of the APS schools, APS was the standard. See, if you ever notice what the Congress would do, they wouldn't even let 2 APS schools graduate back to back at one point. They would pick an APS school, then they would pick one of the little small schools because they couldn't have these big ass schools next to each other because it was too much controversy.
APS schools ain't big no more.
We're gonna let Thera go, then we're gonna let Newton County go. We're gonna let Washington High go, then we're gonna let Bartow County go. Because you can't have Washington, Thera, and Dove because that's like 2 trillion people. That's a whole y'all like Asians. So we can't let these big schools.
Thera got 400 students. Washington High got 600.
Listen, brother.
Naming them little bit ass schools.
And that's why we used to do it in our own gyms. But then as some of your friends kept getting kept back, the numbers kept getting larger and larger. But we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We discussing etiquette. And what is the proper etiquette? I mean, we see the commercial and we laugh, but the kids walk by and now everybody got a sponsor, hey, so and so suntan lotion, and if you need a tan, I'm your man. Because that's what it became. It became an event for parents. It wasn't nothing for the kids. Like I said, the only somebody you really get to hear is whoever giving the speech. Everybody else, like I say, once the principal called, by the time the principal, whoever it is, called a third name, you trying to read this program because you can't really see nothing else. It ain't fair to the parents that they don't get to hear their name. Sherry can't hear her child's name called. I can't hear my child's name called. Mark can't hear because everybody's still making noise from the last time. And where do we draw the line? Because Sherry been waiting 18 years to hear her son's name walk across that stage. And Mark finally behind her yelling, go Mark, Marky Mark, woo, 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 woo. And Sherry like, hey, can y'all shut the fuck up so I can hear my then here we go. What people don't talk about. Here we got to fight at the Civic Center again. Because families fighting in the stands. Because they want to hear their person name called. They want you to shut the fuck up so they can hear it.
Now I'll say this too, DDT. Now everything go past all this noise making. Because these goddamn parents be dressing and wearing. It's not the event that it used to be where it meant something and people actually dress the part. Because now,
you're going through a tunnel, brother.
They got him. He's in the trunk. He's in the trunk now.
Like they finna hit the club.
What, dude? Mark, what we got to look at is when we graduated, our parents were full-fledged adults. Our parents were full-fledged adults, Mark. When we graduated, our parents wasn't 12, 13, 14 years older than us. Our parents was 20, 30, 40 years older than us. They were grown. These parents now, they can go to the same places with their kids. So we talk about a whole different mentality, we talk about kids who having their kids graduate. As we talked about a couple of shows, these kids who graduate now calling their mama by their first name because they're friends. So we talking about a whole different mentality, which is why we lost the etiquette portion of the graduation. I mean, Lavelle, I think me and Lavelle a year behind each other, but most of us all in the same group. So we look at things a different way. We, as Sherry was saying, we can sit there and clap and be cool, but we know only reason we can clap now is because we see our person. It ain't because we hear their name, because you got to find your person quick when they marching up so you can see them when they walk across the stage, because you know you're not going to hear them. And, let's not get into the standing up to take pictures or the running down the aisles and flashing and doing all this other stuff. And y'all seen some of these graduations. Come on now, you seeing these kids doing somersaults and flips and all this other crazy shit. And the parents just run over there, they twerking and shit as they walking. I'm like, y'all gotta be shitting me. Y'all really, this is really what y'all doing at the graduation? At the graduation. Because the students know they ain't gonna get in no trouble no more. So they can drop it like it's hot. Soon as they walk off that stage, they can drop it like it's hot. What y'all got?
Okay, let's go to the next topic.
I got it. Like I say, people next to you smelling like weed. It's just not the event that it used to be. Like say, our parents put on clothes, suits, ties, nice dresses, and heels, and you know what I mean. It came and it made it a presentable and respectable event. Now it's like hell. Early graduation into a party, like you say, the twerking when the name's called and just like little sluggies and your ass out, pants down below your waist. It's ridiculous.
I find it funny too that people walk around smelling like weed, like you going to the store or like you say you at a function. I'm like, I mean, do you? But like have some type of etiquette. Like if you're going to somebody's birthday party, don't come in there smelling like no tree. But that's a subject for another day. Okay. But I don't like that at all.
Yeah. I don't either. But not especially not at a graduation.
Hi. Share. Go ahead. Tell us which one you want to start with.
So my question is, what did I say it was?
If you take sex and living off someone else's money, which one you want to start with? The sex or the living off somebody else's money?
No, it's one in all. So the question is, if you take sex and living off of somebody else's money out of the equation when you're in a relationship, right? So let's say hypothetically, me and DVP in a relationship. He said he everybody man, on the show. So all right, so he might be that in real life. I don't know, but so let's say me and DVB, we DVP, we're married, right? Or yeah, we're married, and he provides financially, right? And men, I have not met a man yet whose love language is not physical touch, which basically equates to sex, right? So we have sex, but he's the provider or whatever case. But take all that out. Take out sex. Me and DVP, we're not having sex. He's not doing the providing. Pretty much, we splitting or we, maintaining together or whatever case may be. But in your relationship, take those two things out. What do you have? Do y'all understand the question?
And I think you got to be real specific because whose money are we living off of first?
If we're living off the man's money, then cool. But I'm just saying, like, I guess the question is for me is like, If I
I guess
wasn't dependent on your
so.
money
Basically, in
and you
relate,
weren't dependent on my, sexual prowess or whatever, then what do we have if we're in a relationship? Like, do you think a marriage or a relationship can survive if you take out those two? I think it can, but what do you have? Let's say DP, if DVP, if you're in a relationship right now, or Mo, you married. Take the finances out of providing for your family and take sex out.
Yeah.
What else do you and your wife have that was sustainable?
Yeah, no, this is easy. So so just to set the parameters, is it a new relationship or we've been together for a while? Because that's gonna make a difference to my answer.
I will give two answers. Let's say it's a new relationship. You and the person been together 6 months, 7 months, whatever, or at least a year, somewhere in there. And then you've been married for maybe 2 or 3 years. So do both. Go ahead.
All right. So for the short term, what we have, taking all that stuff off the table, would be exploration. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna explore different restaurants. We're gonna go different places. We're gonna have different experiences together. We're gonna see different things. We're gonna go different places. So that's the exploration in the early phase. The latter phase is gonna be experiences. So now we already did stuff. We share a common experience together. So we're gonna talk about the time we went to Paris. Remember we went to Paris and we saw the Key Bridge and all them damn keys was on that bridge. That was cool, right? Then we saw the Eiffel Tower. So early, I'll say exploration, and later it's gonna be shared experiences.
I'm so confused.
I am too.
I thought he just said the same thing, just use different words, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, well let me give you an example. Let's say if it's me. I feel like when I want to date someone, I feel like that's easy. To me, that's the easy part. Like, I mean, whether you're in love with the person you have sex with or you just horny and you have sex with, to me, sex is the easy part, right? Finances, I mean, if you're dating, you're gonna spend money, period. But let's just say you ain't got a lot of money. But and we not having sex. I feel like if I'm with somebody that genuinely wants to know me, sex is not that important, and nor is money that important. Because if we don't have either one, would our relationship survive? That's why I don't want to be with somebody that love me. I want somebody that like me. Because when you like me, you like being with me, you like being around me, and all of that. You know what I mean? Good, bad, and indifferent. I mean, like, love me when I'm naked. You know what I'm saying?
So people said they are confused, but that's the point. What you just said, that's the exploration part. We don't know each other that well, so we got to explore each other in this early phase of our relationship. What you like to do, where you like to go. I need to find out about you. What kind of things you like to do. That's the exploration part. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, you're right.
Let me see if it's this way, like this here. I don't know if this is what you mean. Tell me if this is what you mean. Men want sex, women want money. So if you take both of those things out the relationship, what do the person offer? Is that what you're trying to say? Or what do they have to offer besides sex and money?
Right. Like what's the purpose of your relationship? What type of relationship would you want? And it goes back to what Mo said. What Mo said is basically, if you taking money out of it and taking sex out of it, you're forced to get to know the person, especially if you like them. You're forced to get to know them because y'all both have agreed that, hey, we're not gonna be spending a whole bunch of money. We're not, we're gonna wait to have sex, because I don't want to give that type of energy to somebody at that moment or whatever the case. I want to know you so that when we can no longer have sex, or if money gets low or whatever case may be, we still enjoy each other. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
It sounds good, but at this age in my life, you gotta have both. Both of y'all gonna be miserable.
Yeah, but the
It just sound
pole,
like
let me tell you something. The
misery
hole
to me.
lasts longer than the pole all day, okay? All you do is throw some lube down there in that hole, you can get in there. But that pole, it gonna be that doggone soldier gonna be sitting on them 2 duffel bags at some point. So you gotta take the sex out of the equation because it's gonna stop at some point. So now you can't do it no more, right? Whether I'm just giving like extreme things, like say you take blood pressure medication. Your soldier ain't rising to the occasion as much as you would like it to. It might rise sometime, but not all the time, And then whatever medications you may be taking, you probably can't take Cialis. You probably can't take Viagra and all that. So now she just working with a limp noodle, right? So you can't have sex no more. So now you don't want to be with her no more, or what? Or you want her to leave you because you can't give it to her?
So that, to me, that sounds like if y'all didn't get to know each other, you're gonna have a problem.
My point exactly. Go ahead.
Y'all need to get to know each other during the time when you're together. That way, y'all have something left to work with after the sex is off the table. So now we can still do the things that we like together, right? Maybe we like to go to the sushi bar together. Let's go do that. You know what I mean? Or maybe we like this vacation spot over here. We go do that. I mean, there's a lot of filler stuff, but if y'all don't explore when you're young and you're doing it, when you get old and you're not doing it, you may have a problem.
And this is where I'm gonna disagree. If I take what she asked, if we take sex off the table and we take living off somebody else's money, so let's just say we living off my money and we living off her sex. Well, okay, my soldier don't work. Well, my money still work. So what am I getting out of the deal now? And I heard what you said here, but see, like for me, for real, I'm not even gonna get into a relationship if we're not having good sex. I can talk to any fucking body. I can relate to anybody. So if we're living off my money, and that's why I said I need for you to be a little bit more specific with your question, because if we take my money off the table, are we surviving?
Yes, we're surviving. Like basically, like I'm not dependent on your money. You're not dependent on mine per se. We live together, but we just make it work with what we got. But
see,
so I'm not living off you. We living together per se now.
But then what your question say? Your question say
but I'm saying if you take it off the table, if I don't take your money and now I'm providing for myself. We married, but I'm providing for myself, right? You providing for yourself, but our money's still kind of together, but it's not like where you're actually the sole provider, okay? And then you take sex out, what else do you have?
Well, then that mean we would never live off my money. See, that's why I was confirmed. That's why I was confused about the question. Because if we take my money off the table, we were never living off my money. If you had your money and I had my money, we were living off our money. So living off somebody else's money to me mean that one person is the sole provider.
Right.
But you're saying one person is not. You're saying both people are providers, and that's why I was confused about your question.
Right. So basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is like if you're the sole, because women, not me, but most women, they want a man that's gonna financially provide, right? And that's probably why she's staying. You know what I mean? And the sex may be good, like you said, good sex. That might be why you still staying. But take both of those off of the table. Would you want to be with that person?
Well, by the time those come off the table, we drift to what Mo's saying. By the time that come off the table, we should have formed something where we got more than that. But in the beginning, it is what it is. In the beginning, the woman chooses the man for safety and security. The man is choosing woman, as you say. Most men's love language is physical touch. Because most things will tell you, most studies will tell you, when women play games with sex, the man starts becoming detached. As much as the men claim that they can have emotionless sex, once you take that from us and you take that physical connection, because most of air quote men can support themselves. So what is she bringing to the table? So when you start taking that off, what is there to do? because, and we talked about this before, that marriage is still a business. Relationships are a business. At the end of the day, it's cute that we like each other, but what are we both bringing to this table? Because if you bring something that the table don't need, I already got ketchup and mustard on the table. You're bringing more ketchup and mustard, but we need some salt and pepper. So that's part of the whole building process, so we'll know what we can do, so that we can get to the point that when we get to old age where, I can't get it up, you got dust coming out of you and shit. Now we can do it. Now we
I
can
ain't got
do
no
it.
damn dust coming out of me.
I said when you get old like that. So now we can do what Mo said. We can start going to other things, and now we're enjoying life together, because we ain't at that point where we can truly enjoy each other. But you're still in your safety mode. I'm in my comfort mode, because sex may not be on the table no more, but there's still intimacy. So we still got to be able to have these two things. And I think that's why a lot of people start falling apart, because everything was based on money and sex. So when one party starts holding out, the other party starts holding out. Then you have a huge breakup, because nobody wants to contribute anything, because no man wants to feel like he's just getting used for his money. No woman wants to feel like she's a prostitute and she got to have sex because he has that money. But that's because they never discussed what they were going to do in the beginning. And everybody has an expectation. And not to jack it, but this is where when people get together, they don't talk about what they want out of the relationship from the other person, because nobody knows. Everybody, oh, I thought you knew. I thought you knew. Well, at some point, all these things have got to be said out loud so that everybody knows what they're getting into. People say, oh, DVP, you so shallow. You keep talking about you won't do this. No, DVP never said he wouldn't. If I married a Sherry, she's pretty now. Let's just say something happened in 2-3 years. I can remember when she was pretty. I'm not going to start off marrying no ugly chick, because when I go back to my memories, all I remember is that she was always ugly. It ain't finna happen. When I tell women about dating these projects.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
When you got with him, he was broke. So you don't remember a good life. So in 2-3 years when he's still broke, what memory are you holding on to? You don't have a memory to hold on to, because there was never a good memory to start with. You got to start with a firm foundation. And I think that's where a lot of this, as you're saying, when the sex and the money come table, because the ones who have a firm foundation, they pass the test of time. Because you see them doing little crazy shit in there. They holding hands, they dribble and spit on each other, but they got memories of what they used to do. So there's still the intimacy part, because a man still needs physical touch. So the woman hold his hand. That's physical touch, because she know he can't do nothing else. And hell, she dried in Sahara, she can't do nothing. But they still got each other. And that's what we have to do a whole lot better on building relationships, so that it don't come down to those two. Because those are two simple ass things that we know somewhere along the way, something might change. Something might change.
So DVP, what's good sex?
Good sex is relative to the person. And it's crazy because the basic act is the basic act.
All right.
And if we know this to be factual, how come we can have a top 5? Because everybody should be the same, but it ain't the same. It's what you put into it. A cake is a cake is a cake. Pretty much everybody putting the same ingredients in it. So if everybody putting the same ingredients, why don't all cakes taste the same? Because they just don't. They just don't.
It's like kiddie porn, huh? You know it when
you see it.
Yeah, somebody told me that one time.
You can tell my hell. Mo, and I'm gonna pick on Mo right now because I can. I'm out here in Arizona. I'm in Georgia. He can't swing on me. Mo can sit here. If we're being honest, Mo can tell you it was something that when he was dealing with his current wife that made him choose her. Out of all the options she had, what made her rise to the top? And it may have been a bunch of little simple things, but something made her rise to the top. If we get her on the show, she gonna say it was something that made Mo rise to the top. Not and wasn't nobody put nobody in the head like none of that shit, or her locking more in the room telling he couldn't go nowhere. Mo, don't make me tag her.
No,
but
she say that. Hey, we know exactly what it was.
What was
both of us the dunk. I was across the room. I saw it. I was like, God damn.
So why did she pick you then?
I picked her, and she had to pick me. I saw that. I'm like, listen, I need to.
She had to say, "Yeah, Mo, other than that is kidnapping."
Whatever. I don't know what she picked me. I don't know because maybe I was drooling.
Hell no.
Don't ask me, man. See that across the
That's
room,
your
boy?
homework assignment for next show. Figure out why she picks you.
Woo!
Okay, so my other question is, are women too masculine, or is it that men lack leadership?
What's masculine?
Oh, okay. I got to answer. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mo.
No,
Go
no.
ahead, Mo,
Go
'cause
ahead,
we don't
before
get
you
prepared.
forget.
No, you asked a question. Go ahead for clarification. Go ahead.
Well, from what I heard this guy say, is more or less of a hyper independent woman that she pretty much can do whatever it is she need to do for herself. You know what I mean? She may even make more money than him, and she don't really need him, that type of currency from him. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like men typically define themselves by being able to provide and being able to provide penis. Like they lead with them two. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
But so when you meet a woman that she can please herself. So, I mean, because like you said, at the end of the day, when you doing the physical act, you supposed to get it, she's supposed to get it, but this time she get it without you. You know what I mean? So, and then it's over. So she can please herself and she can provide for herself financially. So some people feel like, she's always running things, and because I'll say this about me. People say that I'm masculine. But for me, I think that I'm just independent, and that's just because I had to start early because I had a kid when I was 15. So I had to learn how to get life going early. So I'm always going to be in survival mode, as in protecting myself from BS and people that are not good for my energy. You know what I mean? So some people feel like I don't need a man. I need a man, but I don't need him for the currency in which most men define themselves.
But Sherry, let me ask you this: is it being in survival mode or being a responsible adult?
Responsible adult, because I ain't surviving. I mean, I'm good.
See, and I think that's where we get it confused and want to say women are masculine. Women are being responsible adults, and men have to understand that she should be able to provide for herself. That's what responsible adults do. Now, I don't know where they get this women are masculine. I mean, you are who you are. And I don't think that just because you're responsible, it makes you masculine. I just think that whoever would say that just listen to too many of these stupid ass podcasts and think they be talking spitting some knowledge, and shit sounds stupid to me.
And it goes along with them saying, the women are not submissive. So that's another thing that they were saying. But go ahead. What you gonna say, Mo?
Oh, okay. So I got an answer. I got my answer anyway. So far as I'm concerned, masculine means somebody's limited. If it's a masculine, you were talking about men, right? You're talking about men, right? So a masculine man is limited. A comprehensive man is unlimited. The masculine man is limited because he only focuses on, he doesn't have the feeling center needed to interact in the way he needs to interact. The crying center might not be there, the compassion center might not be there, but a comprehensive man has all that. If there's trouble, he'll stand up and fight. If there's pain, he'll cry with you. If there, whatever it is, that's the comprehensive man. But that masculine man is limited. You're not gonna get everything you need for him.
No, I think you misunderstood the question.
Oh,
women are being called masculine. Hyper independent women are being called masculine. So what are your thoughts about that?
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I think that's and my if I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess, the people calling them that are males. I'm not gonna call them men. They're males that's saying that because some of the males can't handle when a woman has all her shit together, She don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rescue her. You don't none of that. And so now all of a sudden she's hyper masculine as opposed to being an independent woman that can take care of herself. So I'll stop there.
That's intimidating for some men, you
But,
know.
and quit saying men. It's intimidating for
Some
some
men.
males.
Yeah, some
Because
males.
what you just described was being an adult. Paying bills is not a masculine thing. And when men try to make it a masculine thing, it tells you what side of the fence that they on. Because my mama ain't masculine. She paid rent. Most of our mothers were single mothers. There was nothing masculine about them. They had to do what they had to do. And I hate when dudes try to make it like, oh, because she don't need a man. Because I always ask, how does a woman emasculate you? Unless she grab you by the scruff of your thing and jack you up, how's she emasculating you? She talk back, well, walk out. You ain't got to stay there for that. But you talking shit is not emasculating. It's disrespectful. There's a difference, you know. So what's emasculating? Oh, she pay her own bills without me. Well, how is that emasculating? How is that a male figure? When clearly we know that men love to move in with women. So when that term comes up, I'm always interested to see who's saying it and how they determine the definition. Because you got your own place, you're doing your thing now. Does that make you masculine? No.
It makes you responsible.
It makes you a responsible adult. So it's like, how does that, you know, I mean, what are you doing? You growing a beard? You changing your voice? So when I hear that, I already know it's an attempt to leverage you to make you try to be. I'm trying to get you to down your own self so I can dominate you, because no real man is ever gonna say that to a woman. We like a woman who got her shit together, who doing her things. We like that. That shows that, hey, if I get sick, my woman can take this over. They don't make her masculine, because when I'm sick and I can't run my company, I expect my woman to run my company for me. She ain't me. She ain't trying to be me, but she keeping what we got going. That's not a masculine thing. For those that are successful, when we share bills, you know, we got an account so we can pay bills, so that if something happens, the bills can still get paid. That's not a masculine thing. That's a responsible adult thing. So I hate that whole little conversation, but it's a whole lot of it because, oh man, she act like this. And if we're being honest and we take it to the bedroom, I don't know too many men that don't want a woman who is semi-aggressive, because we don't always want to be the ones who act like we want it. Because now it's like, damn, she don't even find me attractive. Because most of us want a woman who finds us attractive and don't mind being a little aggressive sometimes. Let me know you find me attractive too. Don't just make me feel like you'll give it to me whenever I want it. Because that's still not saying you want me. That's just saying you'll give it to me whenever I want it. That's not the same thing. So, because I know, oh man, I don't want her riding up on me. No, I don't want you, pushing me up against no corner and trying to bend me over, no shit like that. But even that ain't masculine. That's just weird as shit. That's just weird as shit, because I don't know many men who do that. So it's not a masculine thing. That's just some weird ass people shit. So we have. Go ahead, sir.
I was
because you'll forget shit. You'll forget shit. We gotta let you talk when you're ready.
I gotta write down. Go ahead.
So yeah, we gotta look at what our fragile male egos keep calling is masculine energy. Because I say something, if you stand up and talk back to me, is that masculine? Or are you passionate about what it is you're talking about? Because you can have an opinion, because you're never going to be a man, which is why you should never get shit for Father's Day, and that should never get shit for Mother's Day. You're either a good parent or you're not. You're either a good person or you're not. There's no, you a good masculine. Jasmine Crockett is one hell of a leader. There is nothing masculine about Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett could get it. If Jasmine Crockett is masculine, then most of us would sound up to be gay. So when dudes say this shit, they just need to say, hey, I don't like women who can think for themselves. That's not masculine, though. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, no, I was just going to make a comment. And it's like, a couple things. Like, one is, before you, like this, if you meet somebody, if you meet a woman or a girl, woman, whatever, young lady, she's existing. So apparently, before you even came in the damn picture, she was taking care of herself. She's existing already. So that's number one. And then number two, a lot of males think, some males think that if they don't help a woman, she's gonna be curled up in the fetal position, helpless, curl up in the fetal position, helpless. She wasn't like that when you met her. So, it's a male mindset thing. We gotta figure that out. Some males gotta figure that out. It don't got nothing to do with the woman.
I think too, men have to think about when they deal with women that are hyper independent, is that I'll speak for myself because I know I am one of those people, but I have a soft side. I am sensitive. You probably can't see it or tell it like just by looking at me, but I am sensitive. And guys all the time, I want a woman to submit. Hell, I'm ready to submit. I'm ready to just be able to close my eyes and I ain't got to worry about shit. Nothing. But I mean, I think some people are intimidated by that. I mean, I don't like to say I don't need no man because I do need one. You know what I mean? And when I say I don't need no man, I just don't need them for what they want me to have. You get what I'm saying? So
hyper independent mean.
Yeah. So my thing is like, I want to submit. You know what I mean? See, some people confuse submit and think it means she do what I say, and it's it's all about me, blah blah. I get the last word, this, that, and the other, whatever. But submission, my thought process is, if you want me to submit, you got to give me something to submit to. You got to make me feel safe. You got to make me feel like, okay, I ain't got to worry about whether the grass was cut. You already done made sure it was done, whether you did it yourself or whether you paid somebody to cut it or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? A woman wants to feel safe enough to let her guard down. Like, in majority of the time, I only met one guy that I was straight up honest with him about how much I liked him. Never told him, never told a guy that in my entire life. First time, I never kissed a guy on the first date except for that person. But I feel like, the only way I would submit to somebody, I have a wall up now. It's like I have a wall up. It's like you make me put up a wall that I don't want to put up a wall. You know what I mean? But you got to make me feel safe. And if I don't feel safe, then I'm not going to, that wall is going to stay up there. Unless you got a crowbar or whatever it is, or some Mexicans that can knock the wall down, it stays there.
Let me
ask a question though, Cher. Cher, what does hyper independent mean?
I mean, it basically means that I'm always gonna survive, period. Like, I'm not going to
responsible adult.
Right, pretty much. You know what I mean?
So
it's like,
why do we keep being a responsible adult all these different terms?
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying that, that's what they be using on these things I be listening to. I be listening to different
and
things.
That's what I say. People just throw stuff out there. That means you're a responsible adult.
What's that lady name? The one that they still got the fake degree.
The doctor lady who ain't a doctor.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
I
know you're talking about.
I can't think of her name.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, say it.
A man, a real man, does not come in. First of all, a man doesn't have to demand submission. A man will do what he's supposed to and let the chips fall where they may. See, when you got somebody telling you what you got to do, that's not a man, because men will step up, see what's needed, because that's, as Mo will say, your man is going to want to fix it. Your man is going to want to solve problems. What happens, how you respond to that tells him what to do next. That's where the submission comes. If you got to ask for it, it's bullshit. So when men say, oh, I want a woman to submit, well, what have you done to make her submit? Because I've been in a relationship, I've never had that conversation. When you do stuff, you step up and you start making decisions, guess what happened? See, we can talk all the shit we want to about Will and Jada. When Jada felt like shit was going wrong, she didn't try to stop Will from slapping, and she stood behind him. Because that's what women are going to do. And when the man steps up and does what he's supposed to do, everything else falls in its natural place. If you got to sit there and tell your man, hey, the grass need cutting. Oh, I'm gonna get to it. Then you already know he ain't a good decision maker because he should have cut it before you said something. And when guys say, oh man, they won't submit. Well, ask yourself why they not submit. Because what do I just want you to submit because I got a penis and facial hair? What is it I've done to earn your submission? Because men know at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, me and Mark and Mo can be in the same room. If something comes up, whichever one of us is best at it is the one we're gonna let lead. And guess what? Me, the other two gonna submit because we're gonna follow the leader. It's the same thing in life. But the best one for the job ain't gotta tell everybody else to shut up and follow him. The crowd says who they're gonna follow. The woman says who she's gonna follow. Can't nobody tell nobody who to follow. See, I appreciate y'all when y'all let me lead the show. Because sometimes I don't want to do shit and I want y'all to do it, but y'all keep trying to push it back. So for the purpose of this show, y'all let me lead. When we do Mo's show, Mo is the leader. But there's a time that Mo will turn it over to me or Joe because he knows that we know the subject matter. There's nothing else for him to say. So he submits and let me or Joe handle that part of the show because that's what grown ass men do. You know, when me and Mo talked about earlier, who gonna take the shot? And I used to always use the example. My first wife was a much better shot than me. If we're gonna shoot at somebody, I'm gonna let her shoot. And if they get past that, I'm gonna be the one who fight. I don't have to demand certain shit. It is what it is. And leaders, true leaders, make good decisions and they put people in the right place. They don't have to be in charge in front of everything. They just need to make sure everybody's in a position where they can, where we are gonna always win. So when men say, "Oh, women this, women that," well, your bills got to be paid. So if I ain't paying them, you got to do what you got to do, which is be a responsible adult. When all your bills are paid, whether it's through you or through me, once all that is done, then I can start getting your softer side. The more I help you get that done, I'm gonna get a more softer side. So I'll be like, "Don't worry about it. I got this here. I got this." When I see you stressed, I'll be like, "Don't worry, I got this." Now you can be the softer you, whether you want to or not. Even with your wall built with steel and concrete, you're going to show me your softer side because you want to promote that behavior out of me. If you don't see it, the wall going to stay up because I ain't doing nothing for you to even peep over the top of it. So this is something that should never have to be asked for. Never, never. It is what it is. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, no. And so I just wanted to offer this. My woman would never submit to me, ever. So that's why I'm gonna offer this language because I don't even like the word submit. Every time I hear that, I picture myself grabbing somebody's hand and having them on the ground and, in pain. That's what I hear when I say submit. But confidently rely on, that's what we do. When you can confidently rely on somebody, that's that no look pass, right? I just pass it over there. I ain't even gonna look. I know they got the ball because I'm confidently relying on that situation. And so those are the words we use. And I think of another thing. I think of is like you walk on a high rope. You're on the high rope, and the person is your safety net below. You know what I mean? If you maybe you got the skills, you ain't gonna fall. But if just in case you do, there's a net below. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. I think that's a better way to look at it than this submit thing because I don't like that word. I hate that word. But anyway,
I don't like it either. Mo,
I'm gonna jump in and say with Mo. I don't like submit either. When I hear submit, it damn near sound like some slave shit.
Yeah,
I know,
they say,
right?
I want you to submit. Submit. I want you to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and fuck all that submission and shit like that. Because
yeah.
We need to do what makes this relationship work. And submitting, fuck that word. We need to be able to move together in unison, whatever that looks like for whatever relationship. That's how you moving. And man should step in like she gotta submit to me. No, we just gonna get in and we gonna do what works best. Like DVP say, if his wife was a better shot, she's shooting. Person now we moving together. You good at this? Let me put you in a position where you're gonna succeed. You good at this? Let me put you in a position where you're gonna succeed. And if it come down to it, like you say, if the man ain't cutting the grass, this something somebody cut grass, get goddamn grass cut. It don't matter who do it. And I can say that because as responsible adults, we all know how to cook. We all should know how to clean. You should all know how to do goddamn laundry as responsible adults. So when you get with somebody, the woman ain't got to do all those chores. Sometimes the men can do it, and women can do shit outside. So it's just whatever balances the relationship out is how it works. So if the person ain't good at keep maintaining the grass, he may be good in another area. So don't say you feel insecure because he can't cut the grass or DVP he made bad decisions. He's not a good decision maker because he can't maintain a yard. Everybody don't do that. But find where he good at and let him be the best at it. He may be the best fucking cook. Take him out the yard, put his ass in the kitchen.
Right. I had a girlfriend who knew how to rebuild transmissions. What the hell am I supposed to do? She can rebuild transmissions. I ain't touching no car.
You should have submitted to her then.
When it come to car shit, whatever she say, I'm going for it because she can. So, and that's the thing is like I say, the leader is, and she submitted to me because I didn't try to fight her on what she was good at because the leader knows that he ain't the best of everything, but what he's supposed to be truly good at is making decisions. So that when I make a decision, she will naturally submit to me because she know I'm making a good decision for the team. It ain't for my ego, it's for us. So if I say, hey, this is what we got to do, this, and I tell people all the time, this is what the conversations are needed because too many times people want to say what we should do based on sex and gender, but that ain't. Situations make you good at what you do, not birthdays, not fucking talk shows. You're good at something because that's what you've been doing. Oh, they old enough to know better. Oh, just mean you had a bunch of birthdays. It don't mean you had no experiences. So because I'm older than her, I should be better at building transmissions. Yeah, no, what kind of sense that make? And that's what I said. When you see most of these people who are demanding submission, they got a bunch of stupid shit to follow. When you see people who talk about women with masculine energy, and I ask the question all the time, define masculine energy for me, and nobody can ever define masculine energy. Me slapping Mo is not masculine energy. Hell, we've been slapped by women. So again, that's some people shit. There is no such thing as masculine energy. It's some shit that we do to try to make women feel insecure because we got fragile egos. I don't want this. My woman ain't gonna do this. See, you want to run her because as much as we hate the word submission in a relationship is a two-way street. Because we know, me and Mo talk about this all the time. His wife might come in and say, hey, can we do this? And what we hear is get your ass and get dressed because we finna go out. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get up and get our ass dressed and go out. Right. Because they played our ego and they asked us, but we know we heard. We didn't see no question mark. We saw exclamation point, and a period. So we do it because sometimes when they want something, even if it ain't what we want to do, if it ain't nothing that's against who we are, we're gonna go on and do it. It's for the betterment of the team. Most time we ain't going to no concert, but every now and then when she want to go to the mall and try on some shit, we gotta suck that shit up and go with her to the mall and sit there and pout like a motherfucker. But we're not gonna say, just going on, because when she give us that look, we're gonna have an attitude, but we putting our shoes on and we mad, but we going because it ain't worth it. We're submitting right then because you can't have a successful relationship if both parties don't submit. Because there's some times women gonna do what they gotta do to keep us happy, and we gotta do what we gotta do to keep them happy. I mean, when we look at the picture with the guy who, Lord knows, any man that's ever had daughters knows what that shit does. That is emasculating because you are gonna wear some fucking mascara. You are gonna get your nails polished. And you're gonna sit there and you're gonna enjoy that shit. What you gonna tell your little daughter when she want to play with her little makeup kit? Nothing. You're gonna let her do your nails and you're gonna sit there with them little pink and purple nails on. But that's what she wants because that's what makes her happy. So we're submitting because it ain't. Lord knows we don't want to get our nails painted pink. We don't want them. We don't want to let them put blush on us, but mama's at work and Lord knows, hey, can we do this and I watch the football game? I get to watch the football game. She get to put makeup on me. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to take a picture and send it to mama. That's how much I participate in my own emasculation. Look at what we're doing. So guess who's happy as hell now? Mom is happy that I'm playing with daughters. See, everybody gets something out the deal because real grown-ass men understand that we ain't sitting around, hey, When I say this, put this bass in my voice sound like Barry White. This is what we gonna do, damn it, and nothing else. Because that ain't required. That's Bogart. That's not. That's, you know what I'm saying. And if we're using submission in a relationship term, submission ain't a bad thing. We just don't like the word. But who don't submit? Mo ain't finna sit here and say he get his way all the time. Mo ain't even finna say he want his way all the time. Because Mo know, like DVP know, to get your way, sometimes you gotta do what they want. You know what women know? To get y'all way, sometimes y'all gotta do what we want. It's a scale and it's balanced. So when guys, oh man, she won't submit to me. Well, what did you do what did you do to deserve it? I drove over there. Oh yeah, that's she should have straight submitted to you since you drove a car. And that's why I hate when we start talking about that, because I always that same question: what is submission and why? Why?
You know what?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the other reason why I don't like that word, because usually it's directed at women, and the women I know, the women I know from down south, man, they tough as hell.
They gangsters.
They tough as hell.
They probably went to Washington High. They probably went to Washington High.
Yeah, man. Don't come up to them with no submission bullshit. That's not happening. If you want to have a equal playing field relationship, that's one thing. But all that submission, it's not happening.
And Mo, that's why I say you wrong, because the toughest women will submit the quickest when they find somebody worthy. They stop fighting. Once they see, because what they see is so many dudes demanding it, but ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit. See, when she call and say, the best one I can give you is the date thing. I want to go out with Sherry. But Sherry like, shit, I can't find no babysitter. Well, shit. Ask auntie how much she want. Well, shit. Okay, I'm gonna shoot you $75 so she can babysit. See, Sherry just heard that I really want to go out with her. I'm gonna make this happen regardless of what option she get. See, the dude's gonna say, "Well, call me next time you get a babysitter." The man who truly wants her to be submissive is gonna put her in her feminine era. It's gonna take care of that problem. And now she just found that she had value. So and guys don't realize that effort, because now she don't even care where we go. Because before, she already knew I'm finna spend some money to take care of the baby. So even if she want to go to the steakhouse, if she's legit, the steakhouse ain't even a top priority no more, because she know I just spent money just to get time with her. So now we can go to the park and do some other stuff. Or she might say, hey, don't even worry about it. I'm going to come over there and cook, because she just saw the effort that was put forth. So that's the tit for tat game that dudes don't understand. It's what you do that will get you there, not what you say. The more problems you solve effectively and efficiently, and I hate to say it like this, but it is what it is. The wetter it get, the more submission you get. That's a truism, whether we want to accept it or not. When you can do something and you hear that squishing sound, that means she falling for you. If you don't hear that squishing sound, step your game up.
Yeah, foreplay starts long before you actually have sex.
So,
Well, Sherry, we're gonna stop you from listening to Cheyenne Brown. She don't mislead you.
Oh no, I don't listen to her like that. I've just heard about it. I heard it on the radio talking about her today. They were saying she can't find a degree, and that she said that she's called that the school doesn't exist anymore, and she can't figure out how to get her transcripts.
Shit, I got a doctorate degree from ICDC. I went there with Little Romeo, but I don't know what my degree at. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, I'm just thinking it. But yeah, this day and time, yeah. And, I was a general manager at Toys R Us. I was a district manager. I managed 17 stores. And let somebody go look that information up. But yeah, but in this day and age, these podcasters and all these people that's giving out this relationship advice, they just regurgitating a lot of the stupid shit that they heard. And it sounds good. It sounds good, giving these names, masculine energy and hyper independent. All that shit is just rhetoric. It sounds good. It's a new word. It's a new term. Let's use it. But in all actuality, it ain't worth a hill of beans.
Well,
Like you
You
said,
know.
just a responsible adult.
well, and talking to people who want to prove a point, and because you can find anybody say anything you want them to. And when you want to brainwash people, you say some of the craziest shit because there's no logical feedback to it. And even when we do this show, the reason I like having y'all is because we got different perspectives. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, because there is no one size fits all for anything. So when people keep saying, "Oh, you got to do this," Jimmy Camp says, "Know your personnel." Everybody don't want the same thing. We got to quit treating everything like it's one shot fit all. What Sherry require ain't what Sharonda require, ain't what Yolanda require. I got to treat them individually. When we talked about all the time, Sherry can go out with DVP, Moore, and Mark. We can all go to the same place. Sherry will not have the same experience because we're three different people. When we get back and talk, we didn't have the same experience, even though we all went with the same person, did the same thing. Everybody's bringing their own personality to it. So what worked for DVP may not work for Mo, may not work for Mark, because charm is a hell of a drug. Charm is a hell of a drug. Being smart is a hell of a drug. So we have to play these things out individually and judge them based on what they are. Hell, Mo say he picked her because of this. Mo wasn't the only one that saw that. Why did she pick Mo? And I guarantee that wasn't the only one Mo saw, but Mo saw more than that. That's just what got his attention. But he's seen one before, he's seen one after that. He ain't gonna say it because he ain't trying to get in trouble. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's what got me across the room. But then I stayed across the room because of other, qualities, So, but yeah, I see it. I'm across the room now, boy. And then I stayed, because of the other qualities,
So next week we want to know why she stayed, Mo.
Yeah, ask her, Mo. Ask her, Mo, because I want to know why she picked you.
Oh, she didn't know I was thinking this way. I came off smooth, boy. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? I see you across the room. You look pleasant. All the right words.
Yeah, Mo went over there with his masculine energy. He went over there with his masculine energy and told her that he was hyper independent, and she fell for it.
All right, it's 7:51, so I got one other, but I ain't gonna do it because it's gonna take more than 5 minutes. Mo, tell us about the read along group right quick.
All right, the read along. Okay, so anybody interested on Sundays? Right now it's on Sundays, but every Sunday we meet as a small group in StreamYard, and we have a discussion. Right now we're reading my book, The Good, the Bad, and the Blue, Policing in America and Police Brutality. And what we do is, as a group, we read the book, we have discussions, there's learning, there's understanding, and so far it's been pretty fantastic. We've had a few guests who've come to the read along. We had one of the people who was in the book. She was I don't think she's still a police officer anymore, but she was a police officer, and she had a traumatic experience. She came to the discussion and she talked about it. We got Joe and DVP, who both know the policing, and so they give us their experience and their knowledge. And we got the book, and with that book, I did like 3 years research to get information on everything in the book. That DVP showing it right there. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Blue. And we got 3 years of my research and information in the book. Some of it still might not be right, but I did the best I could, because I'm a civilian. I don't know the inside of policing, but we have these discussions, and it's really, so far, it's been really valuable. People are learning, and we actually have people in the group who lost loved ones because of interactions with police officers, and they're learning. And so it's a wonderful thing. So if you wanna participate, just get in touch with me, and I'll add you in the group.
What's the
What
email
time
again?
on Sundays?
Right now it's at I don't know what time zone you in, but right now we
1
got it at
p.m.
yeah, we got it at 10
See you at 1 p.m.
10 PST. So for
What's
you,
the email address, Mo?
it should be under my name.
And his name.
It's a Mo Trip at 2569.
Yeah, use that one. I'll take care of it from there. If you use that one, I'll hook you up with the right information. You can use that email to get in touch with me, and then we'll take it from there. If you want
2569 at gmail.com.
Yeah. And we got a maximum of 8 seats right now. I think we got a few seats open. So, you know, if you want to get in the middle, it's okay, it's fine. You know, you can always catch up. So
All right, Sherry, what you got for us?
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah, the wisdom is thick up in this joint, boy. Yeah, don't eat that. You're right, Sherry. For real.
I wasn't ready.
Hey, brown snow.
Don't eat the yellow snow. Damn. Let me just put that down here. What you got, Mark?
Hey man, it's another great show, man. I enjoyed y'all. But next week, tell everybody, tell a man to tell a man to tell another man. We're gonna do speed dating for Sherry next week. So you gotta want a woman that's hyper. What you say? Hyper independent.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
That just means she made plenty goddamn money.
Tell her that I'm ready to submit.
She gonna submit, and you ain't got to do it like a caveman with a club. You know, she went to Washington High, so she gonna talk back a little bit. But
she might pickpocket you.
But another great show. The read along book club is great. I enjoy it. Like you say, if you got some free time and you really truly want to know something about some of these high profile cases that made the news with police brutality and shootings, if you really want to get it from the civilian point of view, which is us, to see it on the news and get outraged, and hear officers and retired chiefs and sheriffs to give you policies and procedures so you can find a balance in between to understand how it goes and how the system works. Then, hey, it's a great show. I mean, it's a great thing. 2 hours on your Sunday. Check it out. It's very informational. I've learned a lot from it. So I'll be there this Sunday, filling my seat.
And I would tell y'all, I'm one of the cop experts. It's always good to hear what regular people think, because once you get into the system, it's hard to think like a regular person. So sometimes I don't know the questions y'all got. And as I tell the group most of the time, don't be upset with me for giving you the facts and how we see things and what the law actually says. Because as we've been discovering, lots of people don't know what the law says. And street justice is BS. And there's a lot of times, Black people, when you could actually win if you talk the legal terms. But too many times you let emotions get in the way. And the minute they can get you to speak emotionally, they're going to let you, because you're going to take away all the legal justification for anything because you're speaking emotionally. And there are times I just need you to say certain words, because the words you say don't have any legal bearing. And you've been misrepresented by some attorneys, by some civil rights activists, by people who are actually complicit with the system. Because it takes a village for bad cops to exist. It takes a village. Because they're not bad by themselves. There's a tier structure, and we got to start tearing that tier structure down. And unfortunately, sometimes I got to tell you things that you don't want to hear. But you know, as they say, it's like making a cake. There's no way to make a cake without being messy. You're gonna break some eggs. You're gonna get dirty, and this is what this requires. So if you got questions, like I said, we're gonna still do some Law and Order shows on here, but Mo is talking about some specific things. And as we get near the end of the book, I'm sure we're gonna start talking more about current events or things that are happening in real time. We're gonna be like a real live Law and Order. We're gonna start taking shit straight from the headlines. I'm sure that's what Mo going with this, because I don't see an end coming to it just because we get to the end of the book. So if that's what you're
that
interested in,
law and order sound on doom doom.
yeah, we're gonna have a whole little thing. So,
Hey, DVP.
yeah. Yes, sir.
DVP. I'm tired of you saying it's procedure.
Hey,
I'm
man.
tired of you telling us it's procedure.
Let's see. But hey, and remember that every time I tell you that, look at how quick some of these procedures change. And that's why I keep trying to tell you. If
Yes.
you want change, you got to know how to get the change. See, whining is cute. But when you know what to go in the policy, they can change them just like that. But nobody ever asked for that. We ask for other things. We want to pray. We want to do kumbaya, all this cute shit. But when it's time for a change, we gotta get out. We gotta get out our emotions. You gotta get out your emotions. And it sucks for me to tell a grieving parent that you can't be emotional right now if you want change. Because your tears ain't gonna change nothing. It's gonna get people to feel sorry for you for 15, 20 minutes. And I'm gonna say this as I'm thinking about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to start paying more attention to people who you know that have lost loved ones, because there's a cycle that we repeat. When they lose a loved one, everybody's good and checking on them for 2-3 weeks. But 3 to 6 months down the line, are you still checking on these people to make sure they're good? Because this is when these people need us the most. But most of us don't care after 2 or 3 months. So if you know somebody who lost a loved one and you care about them, reach out to them. Reach out to them and just check on them to make sure they still doing good. Because the village that they had, the moment their loved one got killed, that village just pretty much left them alone and desolate. And this is how a lot of those people are getting depression, because everybody who said, I'm here if you need me, yada, 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 they're gone. They are gone. And that sucks. That sucks. And if you lost somebody, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody was at the funeral giving you this, giving you that. And 6 weeks later, your phone wasn't ringing no more. You weren't getting text messages. Nobody was asking you, did you eat? Can I bring some food by? Do you need? Nobody was asking that. We got to start doing better as a people. As Tupac says, our old way ain't working. We got to change the way we treat each other, the way we talk to each other. All this if we want to survive. There's no getting away. There's no getting around that. So that's all I got to say. It's 8 o'clock. Anything y'all want to talk about? Reach out to me or one of the hosts, and we'll do a show on them. And if you're an expert and you want to talk about something, email me. We'll email one of them, like I say, and we'll have you on the show so you can talk about it, because we're gonna do some financial planning stuff. Because we're supposed to talk about this. We'll talk about it. But hey, let's do something. Let's do something for these kids when they graduate to get them on the right path. Let's do something other than giving them a momentary gift. You know, don't just give them a hotel room for a night so they can go have sex. Give them something that's going to last more than 35 minutes. All right. So until next time. Oh, my Gatorade is still green. For those out there again, so y'all know what that means. It's still green. So I'm going to still be a heathen, y'all, because no miracle occurred. I'm sorry. So until next week, y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.